Hello friends, my name is Jimmy Singh. I'm broker owner of Supermax Realty. In this short video, we're going to discuss the new changes that are coming in regards to Ontario Residential Tenancy Act and what we call Bill 184. And the government is promoting this bill as protection for tenants and strengthening Communities Act. So I've been hearing news for last couple of days. There's two sides of the story. The critics are saying there'll be it will lead to mass evictions in the province for the most vulnerable. So the people who can't speak English language, who are marginalized seniors or vulnerable people, and then the landlords, it will give landlord right to evict them and rent their properties at a higher value. So and then also they said this is not the right time in pandemic that you're kicking people out, and it might increase the infection rate but when people are homeless. At the same token, the landlords feel that tenants till date has lot of say in landlord tribunal board, and this will basically make it level playing field and after years of disadvantage. But at the same time, I don't see eviction will increase suddenly. My feeling is it will create a better opportunity for communication between the tenants and the landlords, to discuss these things out of mediation or out of landlord tenant board. So a little bit background. So as most of the people are aware, in March the Ontario government put a ban on residential evictions, and right now the emergency declaration ends end of this month, probably July 24th, and technically landlords can start evicting the tenants as of August the 1st. But see friends, in last video which I recorded a couple of months ago, I said practically the board is swamped. They're backlogged with so many eviction applications and those hearing matters, and there's backlog in some cities with 1 year, 1.5 year, 6 months. So chances are if you file your eviction application this year, your matter won't be heard in 2020. It will probably go to 2021, and certain landlords feel it's kind of a criminal thing that there are some people who take advantage of the system and then rent a house for 6 months, leave a big mess for the owners, and then go and scam somebody else. And then obviously for small landlords it's a big thing because they want to get ahead in their life, buy investment property, and they have the bills of paying mortgages and insurance and taking care of the property. And some people do take, and they feel those people have to there has to be a criminal law to prosecute those people, right? That's the first thought. Second thing is so what the changes they're doing is they're basically government is not pressurizing, they're making out of court settlement. So what they're doing is they're saying landlords and tenants, why don't you guys work together, get a payment plan. So let's say if somebody lost a job in COVID and right now he owes landlord $15,000 in rent. So they want all the backlog to be taken care. The only option they see is if landlord and tenants start communicating and making a deal out the court. But still you have to understand, even they can have a written agreement, those agreements have to be reviewed by landlord tenant board and need their consent or their blessing, right? So any contract you sign out of the board, it's not like you can simply go ahead and that is legal contract. It has to be endorsed by a adjudicator, right? And then when the time happens, let's say if somebody promise you the payment plan and he stopped making those payments, then now the change says those tenants don't have an option to go back to landlord or tenant board, and the landlord can simply file an application of eviction, and the tenant will see a sheriff knocking at the door with the eviction notices, right? Second change is lot of time some tenants damage the properties, and then those claims or utility bills, unpaid utility bills, the landlord has to go through small claim court to get those bills in his pocket. But the thing is that for the legal fee sometimes is too large for a small landlord to go through the court. But now with the new changes, the landlord has the right to go straight to the landlord tenant board to claim all these damages, unpaid utility bills, and they have 1 year to claim all these changes, right? So what Bill 184 is doing is it is increasing freedom to create landlord and tenant their own resolution before going in front of the board, right? So that's number one thing you have to remember. And obviously, if you are a tenant, you will feel, this is not the right time. You might lose a job, and then basically some big landlords like apartment building holders or multi-unit properties owners, you might be living in for last 5, 10, 15 years, and suddenly if they kick you out, right now rental market is crazy, and in a lot of cities the rents are doubled or tripled, right? So other thing they did in benefit of the tenant is the increase of fines. So right now under this bill, for individual, the fines have increased from $25,000 up to $50,000, and for corporation they have increased the fines from $100,000 to $250,000. And some critics feel this is just a slap on the hand for big landholders who have multiple buildings and apartment buildings, because they feel that they will use this law to kick tenants out, do renovation, increase the rent, and basically these penalties will be easily offset by their cash flow. So guys, this is an evolving situation, and as I said in last video as well, right now government is taking care of a lot of people. There's Canada Emergency Response Benefit, which we call CERB, $2,000 check, and I think as a tenant, if you're getting the money, you can't hold the landlord in a ransom. You can't simply another change which is coming under Bill 184 is, let's say up till now, if tenant takes landlord to the court and then basically says I don't want to pay, I'm not paying him bill because he's not taking care of my unit, or there's something broken, he has to fix it, and till date these conversations can change suddenly. From eviction, suddenly the tenant can say he's not maintaining my house, and the adjudicator will basically take the side of tenants most of the times, and put landlord on the hook. But another change which is coming right now under the bill provision is, unless the tenant mentions these things prior to the hearing, he can't bring on that date when this eviction process hearing, right? So let's say if you are a landlord and you took him to court for a eviction hearing, and you said he didn't pay my 4 months rent, at that particular time, if the tenant tried to bring these kind of excuses that my unit is not properly maintained, or something is broken in my unit, they won't listen to these excuses. They'll just focus on one thing at hand, that is eviction. So the government actually, guys, is trying to fasten the process, cut the red tapeism, because there's a lot of frustration on part of tenants and landlords, especially the landlords, because they feel they are taking advantage by a lot of habitual people who just scam every 6 months, go to a new landlord, don't pay rent after 1 or 2 payments, and then go scam somebody else. But as I said, not everybody can be painted with the same brush. And I was reading yesterday Federation of Rental Housing Providers of Ontario report. They said in May of this year, 93% tenants actually have paid the rent in full, 4% have paid rent in partial, and 3% haven't paid rent till now. So if we see June stats, they're pretty much in par. But what we have to see is, once those Canada government benefits dries up, those checks and all, what will happen, because there will be a lot of people who won't have an option and don't have money, don't have a jobs, and especially the marginalized people, seniors who can't speak English, or some people with disabilities who are living in an apartment building or a unit for last 10 years, and suddenly they will be out of housing, right? And that is another challenge. Right? So guys, there is changes coming, and obviously it's an evolving situation, and I'm sure even the new changes come, not everybody is happy. But I think in this Bill 184, there's plenty of things for tenants protection. At the same time, it gives a breather for the landlord, so they can also protect their investments. So if you have any comments on this, how do you feel about these changes, please feel welcome to leave your comments at the bottom of the video. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to share your comments, go ahead. My name is Jimmy Singh, 647-961-2639. And if you're a landlord facing a situation, you can give me a call to discuss, or visit my website www.supermaxrealty.ca. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.